What's up, YouTube? You're Inside the Edge, and I'm back with another video. And today we're going to talk about Odell Beckham. Oh no, oh no. Now Odell, he suffered a torn ACL. I'm not sure which, if it's his left or right leg, but the dude tore his ACL, man. So he's done. He's done. He's pretty much out for about 12 months. Usually, guys that tears their ACL, and for a first time injury like that. I know it's going to take him 12 months. Odell actually suffered another gruesome injury I believe with the Giants. It was about 2 years ago. It was an ankle injury. He was done for the season. He obviously came back and balled, but this is a torn ACL. This is another level now. For me, I just feel for Odell because, he was traded to Cleveland. He didn't choose to go to Cleveland. He was traded there. His next move, Odell this season, he was pretty much plotting on where he wants to play next. I didn't see him staying in Cleveland. Who wants to live in Cleveland, yo? Shout out to people who live in Cleveland, yo, but we just being real. But I just think Odell was already kind of plotting on where he wants to play next. We talked about, a lot of us talked about Bill Belichick, the meme that comes out with, with Bill Belichick walking into the stadium and the kid trying to shake his hand and they got the Stone Cold music. I'm going off topic, but a lot of people are saying, Bill Belichick is going to, save him from Cleveland, perhaps maybe get traded. But, who knows? Bill Belichick might get him cheap, maybe next year when he comes back from this injury. But, I just think it's a messed up thing because Odell, he was plotting to leave Cleveland. He was looking for that next contract. Because of his star talent, he could go to any team. If he definitely, if he bargained with other teams this offseason, he could definitely go to any team he want, That was what he was looking forward to, in my opinion, just because of, like I said, he had his years with New York. He got traded to Cleveland. He wanted, as every professional athlete, they want to, get the opportunity where they want to go to a team where they want to go to. Instead of management shipping them off, they want to, use their platform to, use that privilege to go to where they want to go. But as far as, the Browns and, Cleveland, Odell, he just hasn't had the career we thought, he would have as far as the numbers. Looking at this season, he's getting his targets, but the reception rating is not good. He's just not connecting on a lot of passes with Baker Mayfield. And, Baker Mayfield, a lot of us know how we feel about him as far as, him not being ready. This being his third season. I think, Stephen A. Smith, he makes a lot of jokes saying how Baker Mayfield has more commercials than actual wins. But clearly Baker Mayfield is not that guy. And I just feel for Odell because, this was the season where, he was going to just finish off the season, regardless if Cleveland wins or not. Odell was going to look for that big time money. He was going to cash out and look for that big super contract. He's still under the contract with the Giants, but, he definitely was looking forward to, this next chapter in his career. And with this torn ACL, I think it's going to jeopardize his career because, now, some GMs might, hesitate now, like, you're Odell Beckham, like that name is good, but, we have, speaking futuristically, in the next 12 months, we're going to be saying, like, is he going to be the same guy? Do we really want him to be that number one guy? Because, looking at the NFL, if you're out for like one, season, I mean, hey, it's going to be a lot of other wide receivers, names that's going to get bigger. And, I'm not saying Odell's going to be forgotten, but that's usually how it goes when it comes to athletes that gets injured. I'm just going to use an example for basketball. John Wall was a top perimeter, all-star player, a point guard, played at a high level. He tore his Achilles. He's been out for, 18 months now, and he's not even talked about. We're talking about John Morant and all kind of guys. But let me just bring it back to Odell. But, some GMs might, may look at him like, yeah, you're Odell Beckham, but we don't know how good you actually are. And depending on how much, Odell may want to, demand a certain amount of money, it's still going to be a little bit like, we don't know we can trust you just yet. An ACL injury, I know Odell could come back from that because he definitely dealt with because the injury he dealt with about 2 seasons ago, I believe it was a fracture in his foot. He came back, he rehabbed, he did what he had to do, and he's back out on the field. And I think he's going to do the same thing with this ACL injury. I think he's going to rehab, football doctors, they're the best doctors. Doctors that deal with football athletes, they usually know how to rehab these players and rehabilitate them to their best ability, to their full capacity. So, looking at this situation, it's kind of messed up for Odell. I feel bad for him, man, because this was a season where he was going to finish it off in Cleveland and, try to look for that big contract somewhere else. But now we don't know. This is one of those things where we're just going to have to wait it out. And again, he's probably going to touch the football field in maybe the next 12 months, 12 months from now. He's getting up there in age, and that also may jeopardize some negotiation deals, looking at age, because age does matter in football. So that's going to be another thing. But I just want to give you guys my 2 cents on this, man. It sucks that he went down with this injury. I'm just here to report this. Shout out to, all the analysts, all the dudes that's trying to get this background story as far as, what's next for Odell Beckham, because there's a lot of talks whether he's going to come back strong. What team is he going to negotiate with moving forward? There's a lot of questions of Odell and what he's going to do next. But all he can do now is get better, rest up, and try to grind hard and try to prove that he's still one of the best receivers in the league, because he's definitely talented. Some people could say he's overrated. Everybody brings up that one-hand catch. But come on, guys, let's be real. Looking at his work ethic, looking at his route running, he's clearly one of the most talented receivers in the league. I'm not saying he's number one, but come on, he's top 5, top 6, you know what I'm saying? So, hopefully this ACL doesn't slow him down. He doesn't lose a touch. Hopefully, he gets back to being, who he, at least if he can be 80% of who and what, what player he is now, I still think he'll be one of the best receivers among all the football receivers in the league. But this is just my 2 cents. You guys tell me what you guys think about this whole situation. It just sucks, man. It sucks for Cleveland fans because, they're on a pace right now. I believe they're 5-2 right now. I believe they're like 5-2. So, this was like the best season they had in a very long time. They're at 500. But one interesting thing was when Odell went down yesterday, Baker Mayfield completed 22 straight completions. So it seems like he plays better without Odell. So that might be another red flag, just throwing that out there. But just to give you guys, some content here reporting this. This is just my 2 cents. Tell me what you guys think. Drop a comment below. Subscribe for NFL news, basketball news, all that. Just, do all that good stuff. See you guys in my next video. Peace.